Energy readers of the world, welcome back to my channel. Zenergy Tarot, where we find the Zen within. First song on the list tonight is Give Me One Reason. Give Me One More Reason. Tracy Chapman, classic. During the pre-shuffle, I had the Seven of Pentacles fall out again, which that energy has been around, floating in my reads. I haven't had it actually in a while, but this would make sense because of the timing. There's a lot of craziness going on right now. People all whatever about this solar eclipse. Like always, I mean, we've had so many solar eclipses, and oh yeah, this one hasn't happened in so long, blah, 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 blah. But regardless, it's fear-mongering, and don't buy into it. And whatever happens, happens. Like me flipping this this deck all over the place. You know, you just go with it. And, we'll get through it like we always do, because that's what we do. And then we find out on the other side it wasn't anything to worry about. Yep. Here's that Ten of Swords again. Ten of Swords. There's that King of Swords. Woo! Lots of swords. A lot of swords. A lot of lot of up in your head going on in the collective. You know, this is a time that is auspicious. This is a very auspicious time. The energy is very overwhelming for people. I've witnessed some crazy conversations at gas stations. My kids have been overly regressive. and maybe that's to do with the Mercury retrograde on top of all of the rest. But regardless, a lot of thinking energy, a lot of realizing the truth that had been... How do I word this, Spirit? Because I'm witnessing a change. I'm witnessing a change in countenance. I'm witnessing a realization that the energy you used to be in was not the complete correct energy, and you have now changed it. Like, instead of heart, it's head. Instead of passion, it's pursuant. So, or I could say instead of passion is power, because the King of Swords is pretty powerful, I would say. Wouldn't you agree? And here's the crazy part. On the bottom of the deck is the Five of Cups. This is something I think that you're really thinking about. And to start the read off is the Four of Cups. So there's all of this. You feel like that nobody's got your back. You feel like the universe doesn't even have your back. You feel like the universe, God, Jesus, doesn't even care about you. And you know, how many times have you heard that in the churches and in comment sections? And actually, I can't say that they're in our collective comment sections. I honestly don't see a lot of that. But we do know that in the church, people are always saying, what, did God forget about me? So that's what I'm getting at. This is somebody who almost feels like the universe isn't really listening. The universe is not paying attention. The universe really doesn't care about me. God is abandoning me because of whatever and blah, 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 and you rationalize it. So this is very overwhelming of an energy. This was a hard transformation. This was a very hard transformation, because the reason why I'm saying that is because we have the King of Wands. I guess I had never really mentioned that yet. We have the King of Wands with the Ten of Swords in between the King of Swords. King of Wands, Ten of Swords, the King of Swords. Somebody who had been doing things they thought the correct way, speaking the correct way. Yeah, it's just what I'm getting. And then this is a person who has done a lot of this introspection, a lot of this um, speaking to yourself. Because for the most part, most people are not going to tell you the truth. You know, especially when you're only dealing with friends and family and close associates or whatever. They really aren't going to. They don't usually have the gall to actually tell people the truth. But the thing is why? Because just like that silly movie, people can't handle the truth. You know, and I have fallen into that before. You know, but at this point in my awakened, self-aware life, no, give me the truth. Tell me what it is that you see that I don't see. Tell me what it is that I could do better. Tell me what it is that that's going to help me to grow. And there is a difference between just criticism, negative criticism, and constructive criticism. And if you give the proper constructive criticism, obviously it's going to be received a little bit better than negative criticism. And so I guess I didn't even get into I kind of wanted, it was 2:22 on the clock. Yeah, I'm taking those. It was 2:22 on the clock when I started this read. And ooh, yes. Yep. Obviously we are sliding right into this new moon solar eclipse. Looky there, we've got the Hangman. Okay, so I've got the moon card here. Yeah, Spirit said that this is not going to be. I wasn't sure because all of a sudden I've been doing these love reads that I really did not want to be getting into. But no, Spirit said that we are going to do a three-layer pull real quick. Just real quick. I'm trying to get out of here quick. I know we don't I was told to shuffle through the cards. I don't know. But anyways, because of you walking into this, I'll just say this truth. And this transformation that has happened where you're moving from, okay, there's one and there's two. Moving into this King of Swords energy out of the King of Wands energy. And the King of Wands, I don't like to bash on any energy in the cards really, because I love my cards and tarot so much that it's hard for me to sit here and bash on negativity, because tarot is not for that necessarily. Tarot is, in my opinion, tarot is to help you grow, to help you see something that you didn't see, but not in a negative way, not in a bashing way. So, under that Ten of Swords, I'm going to go right to the current energy. Under that Ten of Swords is the Moon card, and what that's telling me is the truth that it took. Wow. Did I really just get that on one flip? There's no way. Should I take this, Spirit? No, I'm not. No. No, this isn't right. No. No, it said no. So there was. Yeah, see there. That's why the Strength card came under the King of Wands. You needed to get the strength. Oh, I just got. Yeah. Yep, that's it. You got the strength to walk out of and walk away from that old way of thinking, that old way of being, speaking, and because of that, you were able to put an end to that cycle. It was a cycle that you were in, and you thought you were in the right place because the Emperor energy is actually right before that King of Wands. So the universe is trying to give you some type of cup of love here that you didn't want to see, that you were, you were bored with the world in general. And wow, we've got the Empress. Okay. Yeah, we got the Empress out here twice. That Seven of Pentacles, though, really wondering, pondering, trying to figure out what it is, the next step, what it is you should be focusing on. You're getting kind of down and about the amount of just the amount of what has been manifested for you. But what I love to see, and this is so gorgeous, because we do have the Empress out here twice, and I'm seeing now what it is the thing that was hidden. We've got this Empress energy under here. And then over here also. Over here we have the Empress energy underneath the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. So this is telling me that somebody tried to lie to an Empress. Somebody tried to lie to an Empress. Somebody tried to lie, because we do know that we embody both energies. We do know that we have male and masculine and feminine energy. So whether I'm speaking to a masculine or a feminine here, the Empress in you, and this is something no one's ever, I don't know. This is just something that I'm getting here. The Empress in you, as a King of Swords, you were lied to. And this is what has helped you, I guess, is what the Spirit's trying to get me to, is yeah. I had to reground myself a little. I'm getting a little flighty, a little crazy. This energy is just um I don't mean the energy here, I just mean the energy in general. Uh So what Spirit's showing me here now? Okay, I had to take a second, breathe all of this in, send it out, and say, look, can you help me calculate? Okay, so I didn't even realize, and Spirit said, hey, you need to look at this one. So underneath the King of Swords, we'll get back to this here in a second, the point that I was trying to make, because I needed to say this first so that I can go back to that. Because I really brought out the fact that you've had this transformation between this King of Wands into the King of Swords energy. Because this was a lower vibrational King of Wands, you didn't realize it maybe, or whatever it is, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. The Emperor, you were in your hardcore ego because the King of Wands is looking back to the Emperor, and the universe was trying to hook you up, and because of this mentality, this ego that you had, then it brought this Ten of Swords on. You were given the truth, someone told you the truth, you heard the truth, you meditated, and this and the universe told you the truth, something, because that was what was illuminated. Is you have to understand that you're both male and you're both masculine and feminine energies. There are certain times to be this, there are certain times to be that. You finally realize these things, and you realize that no, I do need to walk in this uh, uh, I don't want to keep saying the word this truth, because it just seems so redundant, you know, but to walk in this confidence and knowing that when you speak, now your words are received. And because of this receiving, this is what I'm getting at. And this is what I said all that to say this. Because underneath the King of Swords is the Ten of Pentacles, and it's like I'm getting, whew, it's also, again, the Ten of Pentacles. And again, or maybe I don't even think I said that yet. Today, my brain has been like that. Like, I feel like I've already said things that weren't said. things that weren't said. I don't know. Today for me has been very, so anyways, underneath the Seven of Swords is again that Empress energy. So this is the time where you are now taking back up that Empress energy to move yourself into what seems to be backwards into the Nine of Pentacles. But what you're realizing is, uh, and this is something that I love, that this is that Queen. And when this was pointed out to me, I'm like, you know what? I've never really saw that, but it's actually it. I can see that now. That makes perfect sense. It's the Queen that's in that Nine of Pentacles. You know, and I want to say, oh, you're just missing that King. You're just missing that one, this or that. But regardless of that, this has nothing to do with finding a person or not, because then after that, you are walking away from, because of everything here, all of this transformation that's happened. Because underneath the Emperor is the Hangman energy. Underneath the Hangman energy is the Judgment. Walking out of that mentality. This was a low vibe Emperor, okay? And I won't say that very often, especially when the Emperor comes out. But this was a low vibe Emperor. Because under the Hangman, you got that different outlook. There was a judgment. You judged, okay, you judged yourself. That's what I'm getting here. Thank you, Spirit. You judged yourself, and you were given the strength to move forward from that energy, to move forward from that ego. I hope you're still with me here. I know it took me a second to set in. It took me a second to tune in. You know, I have heavily distracted myself today. And it's uh it's interesting, the moment that you switch up your routine, the moment that you change things a little bit, it does throw things off. And that used to frustrate me a lot. I guess I'm getting into this because that's what I'm seeing over here. That used to frustrate me a lot. But I finally have walked away from that mentality. I used to be so hard on myself, like this Seven of Wands can be. Or I'm sorry, yeah. I don't know why I almost mixed that up, but that's what this Seven of Wands energy can be as well. You see, so but because of all this realization, and I say what I say because you have the Strength card under the King of Wands, like I said, and the Chariot card is under the Strength card. Moving on and forward out of that type of mentality into this end of cycles, the revealing of the fact that you do embody that Empress energy inside of you, and that you need to respect yourself enough to understand this fact. You're not supposed to just be all man. You're not supposed to be just all woman. Because can you imagine being that way all the time? It would be exhausting. It would be very exhausting to be nonstop emotional all the time. And it would be very exhausting to have to always have this strong front, or not front, but this strong, you know, masculine dominant sense. Just very draining, to have to fight all day long as a man and then to have to go home and fight all night because you're supposed to be a man and you can't, you got to swallow your emotions, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get into all that because this is a person that's not into all that. So there's no reason for me to talk about it. Because that walking away from what no longer serves you is this competition that's really been going on in your head. It's like this competition that's been going on in your head back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then you're starting to realize, like, oh, wait a minute. I like I like to say that I compete against myself, but I definitely don't want to be competing against myself in my head, and I don't want to be fighting myself in my own head, because that's what I'm getting here. The five of wands is typically like, oh, there's competition all around, and you're beating everybody up with these wands. But really what this is you've been beating yourself up in your own head, and it's time to walk away from that mentality. It's time to walk away from that type of love, because that is not love. I used to think breaking and tearing myself down to the point where I will make myself cry, and uh, I realized that that's borderline, a toxic trait. That's self, um, uh, uh, not manipulation. Wow, that word just went right out because I was looking at the Six of Wands. Because literally underneath that Five of Wands is the Six of Wands. You see? So it's like you finally are about to get, or you are getting, this understanding that you've got to be, and I just said this tonight, you've got to be more gentle with yourself, you know, and I used to really get down on myself if I didn't get all the dishes done, or if I didn't get all the laundry done, or if I didn't get all the stuff done. But it's like, you know what? I'm one person. And I'm lucky that I have anything, even if it's 50% done, and I'll never forget when I had to take care of everything, and I actually even still had to work, but I gained a lot more respect for like single mothers, because you really don't understand how you have to uh, budget your time. you know I would find myself playing with the kids far too long than not getting my chores done, or playing games by myself, or watching too much TV, or whatever it is, and then I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, which I am now for different reasons. But you know I'm rambling, but what I'm getting at is that once you can become more gentle with yourself, once you can tell yourself that it's okay that not everything got done, it's okay that I allowed myself to think that I was doing okay or whatever in this energy. You have to literally, wholeheartedly, as if you were forgiving your brother, your mom, or whoever, truly forgiving yourself. This is a concept that I'd never heard before. Never heard. Now, I know that we hear this all the time now. Oh, you have to forgive yourself. But I don't think you understand. I was born in the church, basically. Not like inside the church, but I was raised in the church. Okay? So that's never been said. I don't think people understand. We just fly by it. It's never been said in the church. Not where I went. Forgive yourself. Like, it's almost like I'm the last thing that matters in the church. If you think about this. It goes, God, family, and then your everything else. But it doesn't. Where are you at? Where are you at? Think about that. Really. Where are you at in the hierarchy in the church? Like, okay, I understand the Bible says that we're not to lean on our own understanding. I understand that the Bible says, that we're not supposed to um, be, yeah, basically the same thing, just, to follow our own wisdom. So, and hey, who am I here to say what's right and what's wrong? I just know for me what's resonated the most and what hasn't. And that has not resonated with me. Once I realized, and this is before I ever got into tarot, but once I realized that where am I at in here, and I went with that way. I literally I put everything I had into everybody else. And I literally, at one point in my life, I ended up in the nut house. At another point in my life, I ended up losing everything. Another point in my life, I ended up losing everything. And another point in my life, I ended up losing everything. Because I did not focus on myself. I did not forgive myself. To the point where I got to be the lowest weight that I had ever been in my life. Because I really was just going, pushing, giving, pouring into everybody else. Everybody else. And not one person in the entire time, while I'm asking, are you okay? Are you fine? What can I do for you? What do you need? Not one time did somebody, besides my mom, of course my mom would realize it, but ask me if I was okay, if I needed a break, if I needed anything. And it's like, then I started thinking, because you get, I'm rambling, but you get into that mentality like, wait a minute, am I being too self-centered here? Well, wait a minute, but I'm actually realizing that I haven't been self-centered enough. And maybe that's just my Leo North Node talking, but regardless, I realize I'm fighting myself, and I didn't even realize it. Being a people pleaser, and all of that, that's when I realized it doesn't get you anywhere. Pulling all the extra hours that you can do, getting 80 hours a week, on average, and it gets you nowhere. You're not a millionaire anymore, or you're still not a millionaire. I mean, unless you got the right job, I guess, it is possible. But, not when you're working for these silly, we won't say anything, but I did want to throw out that I've totally, again, I've been throwing off my own, and this is great because this is another energy that's been out. And actually, I remember pulling this on the full moon in Libra for the first time in a while. A win-win outcome is forecast. And we already had, and it's like, oh, I got to go. But again, tarot always lines up. It doesn't matter the order. I mixed up the order, and it still happened. Because we got the Six of Wands, and then the victory, the outcome, a win-win outcome is in the forecast. Full moon in Libra. So I'm telling you, like, it's once you can get past yourself, because that's what we're always doing. This is all about self-awareness. Self-awareness. So why would they take self out of all of these things? Because you're not going to be aware of very much. You're not going to be aware of yourself. You're going to go around here doing like everybody does, like I've done, and you're a complete toxic, bleeding, crazy maniac. And you don't even know what the heck you're doing. You're nothing but a little kid who's walking around and breaking everything and setting everything on fire because you have no idea. You don't know anything from anything. And then we need this and we need that and we got to buy this and we got to buy that. But I'm telling you, I'm throwing this right on top of that Seven of Pentacles. And this is the most Aries energy that I have known of since I have been reading tarot, which, yeah, it's not been that long, but I'm telling you, all this magical Aries energy, this fiery, passionate energy, this forward-moving energy, this bold, assertive, like, take the reins, not take the bull by the horns, take the reins. It's time to take the reins. Okay? Because a fiery climax approaches. The climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. What I've talked about. So, and you can say this is a climatic time. This is a climatic experience because you're walking away, you're having a victory over this competition in your head. See? That's why I'm getting this. That's why this is here. Competition in your own head. How many times do you hear all the readers say it? You're in your head. You got to get out of your head. You got to get out of your head. But then we need to make head over heart decisions. And that's what this is. King of Swords over the King of Wands. Now, again, I've told you this before, and I'll tell you again. Because the more I say it, the more I'll get people to agree with me. I am manifesting, with Greg Braden even, that we are going to have the ability to make simultaneous decisions between our head and our heart in harmony with one another. Because what is, I wanted to get into this deep rabbit hole because I do enjoy them and I don't get into them often enough anymore. But I thought I would go down this dissonance rabbit hole at one point. Let's go and see what dissonance is all about. And let's see what the opposite of dissonance is and blah, blah, blah. And then I got dumbfounded. I'm like, well, what is the opposite of dissonance? And my brain wanted to overcomplicate it and overanalyze it and think and try to figure out this fancy, uh, this this fancy, Oxford word or something. But no, it's literally. I keep hitting this microphone. I don't know why all of a sudden, but it's literally. And if you don't know already, you're gonna be like, or if you know already, don't tell. No, but the opposite of dissonance is just harmony. It's just harmony. So if you're not creating dissonance, I'm sorry, if you're not creating harmony, you're straight up creating dissonance, you know? And finding harmony in yourself first is obviously detrimental or vital rather to your ability to communicate. Wow. And Spirit said take them. It said we have to have these. Oh, so what we have here is failure. No, open up. Hmm. Yeah, okay, we'll get to that. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls, and trust they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. Being vulnerable. Because now maybe since you are able to be, because this is you being vulnerable with yourself, and in that act, you are, if you, so you're, so what I'm getting at then is what they're giving me is with you opening up to yourself, because this is you opening up to yourself, admitting things to yourself. Because, yes, we're hard on ourselves, but the real truth that we really know about ourselves, we don't want to admit that to ourselves, and we don't want to touch that part of ourselves. We don't want anywhere near it. Nope. That's just me. That's just how I am, and just get back away, back up, you know? And it's saying that you need to ask to open, you're being asked to open your energy field and take down your walls of protection in order to allow goodness in your life. Sometimes without it, without even realizing it, we block ourselves from the flow of life. It's safe to open yourself back up, because that's what I've said this already in like 2 reads ago about creating that resistance. When you create that resistance, it literally ends up, it's like being afraid, you're attracting what you're afraid of. And so you're being asked to take those walls down. Like, yeah, I know it took you a lot of work and energy to build up those walls. Trust me, I've got some thick ones, you know? But since I've been opening up more lately to my family, to my one or two friends, and and then all the people in the collective, I have been able to, I won't say deal with myself easier, but I've been able to be easier on myself. And so I realized, well, wait a minute, then I need to do this with myself. I was trying to get it from other people. And that's when all realization come to me. That was my climatic moment, is when I realized, well, wait a minute. I'm trying to get it from all of these places, but then I'm also reading and hearing that it's all inside of me. Happiness is an inside job. Love is an inside job. Anger is an inside job. Hate is an inside job. And everyone's trying to blame everybody else for it. They're trying to blame them for all of this hate. They're trying to blame them even for all of the love. Like, well, that person loves me. Well, but do you love them? Do you love yourself? You know, don't be with them just because, oh, well, they love me, so I don't no one else is gonna love me. So why would I can't leave this person because no one else will do it. Maybe they've got you believing it. I don't even know why I got into that, but this is another oh, this is another break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary. If you're going to share your true self with the others, be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. And that's that fear of abandonment where we believe that, well, everybody leaves me anyways, so I might as well just forget this person. And even on myself, I didn't even realize. I remember this. I'll never forget it. I was in a deep meditation, and gosh, I know I keep. I don't know who else to talk about besides myself. I'm not going to sit here and gossip about other people. I only know myself the best, so I just talk about my experiences and hopes that it will resonate with you, and hopes that it will give you the not the gumption, but it'll give you the courage and the understanding that if I can be sitting here right now and telling you, and even just the fact that I can be here talking to you is just I can't even put it into words. I almost just want to cry about it. I'm gonna have to you're you're being asked to stop dimming your own light. Period. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one. That sounds like a cryon, not crying, but a cryon line. He says dear ones a lot. I really like listening to cryon. He makes me want to cry. Not usually. He actually makes me. I feel good. Like, yeah, I'm here to. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to battle these things. I'm here to take on these things. I'm here to learn these things. We knew Earth was the hardest school. That's not just Dolores Cannon that's been saying this. That's one resource. I don't take everything at face value. I still truly believe and follow the same thing I learned in school. Three resources. Three. Three resources. Not one, not two, not yourself, not you. I don't know. I thought I'd make that rhyme on accident. I do it all the time. Telling you. The song right now, in my mind, in my head. That's crazy. This is the first song I actually caught on that actually came out to my attention, other than the very first one, the Tracy Chapman. Good. I love that throwback. That is a classic. Yeah. This is all break free, breakthrough, move, soar, get out. Wow. See, I'm just like going nuts here. I even shook the camera on that one. I think I just heard. I don't know if that was major wind out there or not. I'm telling you, like, this is a energy, like, like the ball of energy that I haven't talked about that in a long time, but I feel like that's what's happening to the collective is people are finding that ball of energy and they're about ready to expel it. So, but you have to get out of your own head. You have to get out of your own head. It's cliche. We hear it all the time. Oh, you got to get out of your head. But well, how do you do that? You got to accept yourself. Okay, that's number one. You got to accept yourself. You have to realize that you're the only thing that is the most consistent thing in your life. You're the only person that's never going to go away. So you have to be pretty damn comfortable with yourself. Wow, this read is getting long. Thought I was only going to take one, and then all of a sudden the whole card fell out. The number 22, official person. It looks like Kipper wants to tell a story here. Official person, toil, labor, concern, poverty. All in your head. Holy cow. Again, all in your head. Thoughts, poverty, in your head. Concern, in your head. Toil and labor. I'm getting goosebumps, whole body goosebumps, all at once. Not walking goosebumps. I call them. I don't know, but I'm telling you, like it's just all in your head and all in your head and all in your head. And I'm not necessarily getting like delusional, uh, but it's borderlining that. It's borderlining delusional. Yeah, because that's what I was going to get at earlier. Is that Seven of Swords over the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles? You are almost, even though you're in that King of Swords, you're almost still kind of lying to yourself a little bit about the fact that you still embody the Empress. You have the kings, you got the queens, you're all of it, baby. All of it. You're the whole package. All that in a bag of chips. The good kind. And we know what that is. Like you get there and you're like, especially in the gas station. You walk in the gas station, you're like, the good kind. Oh man, I gotta like put in overtime to get those chips nowadays. Dang, no. But anyways, so you know, you gotta get up all out of your head. How do you do that? I think it was Alan Watts, and I don't know where he got it from, but if all you think about are thoughts, you won't have anything to say. And if all you do is talk, you won't have anything to think about. And when I really isolated myself right after my divorce, I really isolated myself for the longest time because I was so insecure about myself and I didn't want to admit the fact that, hey, I just, I don't know, I lost my wife. It's different than just losing your favorite freaking toy or, it's a little different. So it hit hard. And so I isolated for a long time. By the time I actually got back out into the world, and when I left, finally my little hermit mode and my solitude, when I finally left, I found that I was rusty communicating with people. I couldn't hardly even do it. And it's like, okay, I'm put in the world to help the world. I'm in the world, not of it. But I have to talk to these people. If they don't hear me, and I don't hear them, we never have that exchange. There's never a raisin vibe. There's never growth, you know? And that's what's happening. If you notice that in this community, that's exactly what's happening. All that's happening is everyone's isolating themselves. Everyone's doing exactly like I am right now. Sitting in their house, in their basements, like this, and just hiding is what it seems like. Like we're hiding from ourselves. We're hiding from the world. But we're supposed to shine our light. Where's it at? It says it right there. Open up. Because I said this. Open up. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. I mean, really. Like, you already got it. You already got it. You got it all. I guess I felt like I had to drag this in. I felt like I had a really tough time getting into it because that's how much you're into your head. Like, I couldn't even get into your head. Because other people can't do it. Other people can't get into your head because you're not allowing it. And, the only way that we're going to be able to raise the vibe and we're going to be able to do these things is if we do it together. It's not divided we stand. It's not divided we stand. I just want to get mad at somebody. I don't know why. Like, maybe that's you. Like, you just want to get mad at somebody. But maybe that's because this fiery climax approaches. Yes. That's where it is. That's where we leave it. Boom. There's no mic drop yet. We're going to do the psychic reading card. And then I'm going to do what I normally do. At this point, it's what I normally do. Because I'm really enjoying it. Other people are really enjoying it. I floored my mom. I finally called her and played the piano for her. And she couldn't believe it. Now, I've never played the piano for my mom. I played the piano with my mom when I was a kid, doing a couple of little things, whatever, chopsticks. I don't even know. I used to always call it the donkey song. I have no idea what that song was called. But I would do the low, she would do the high. But anyway, I said all of that to say this. Ooh, this is ironic. It's ironic. My kids, they had a friend over and they were all talking about juggling and how somebody thought they were really cool because they could juggle two things. I said, well, everybody can juggle two things. That's easy. If it wasn't, then you'd see a lot more people juggling two things at once. But no, this is the juggler card. I always think of the 13 Ghosts when this when this card comes out. The Juggler. Yeah, that was a great movie. Oh, 19, not 13. This is number 19 card. And so oddly enough, this is now the third 10. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is the fourth 10. 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and now this. I thought, I'm not going to look through there. Lots of 10s, lots of endings, walking away, opening up. Holy cow. Let's go. I mean, I don't know why you're still sitting here watching me. No, I'm kidding. Stay till the end. There's milk and cookies. So, your gifted soul, you are a gifted soul who needs to focus on your priorities, which is that 7 of Pentacles. You have received this card as the universe wants you to know life is a balancing act. And if you prioritize your life, you can and will achieve your goals. There was no 2 of Pentacles out here. There was no balancing out here, other than the Hangman balancing on this tree, log, limb, dealio. But are you trying to juggle too many things at the present time? Or are you ignoring things you do not need? Or are you ignoring things you do need to get done? The psychic reading card of the Juggler is a sign that now is the time to focus and make things happy. Make things happen. Was that the other card out here? That was the other night the focus card came out. Right. When you look at the card, pay attention to what images are jumping out at you. This will give you an indication of which part. Oh, that's right. This is another focus card. That's right. I thought I had pulled this at least once before. So, yes, here we are. Okay, holy cow. Come on, eyeballs. Does the clock image jump out at you? Do you feel you never have enough time to achieve your goals or take time out for yourself? If so, go for a walk or to the gym, read a book, meditate, or finish things you have been putting off. Does the house jump out at you? If so, it could mean to you you need to focus on your finances so you can purchase that property you have been dreaming of. If you already have a home, it means you need to focus on doing things in your home, such as renovations or spring cleaning, or to get your house back in order. If the image of the dollar note jumps out at you, it is a sign that you may need to pay attention to your finances so you don't need to juggle things anymore to pay your bills. Whatever image jumps out at you, be aware of it as the universe is trying to get your attention so you can recenter and focus your energy on the area in your life you feel are most worried about. This is that page that had that extra capital S in the word worried. I'll never forget that. I tripped up on that word a lot that day. Beautiful. And it couldn't go better, couldn't tie it all together better. Juggling in your own head thoughts that people have told you in the past, all the thoughts of the new today, all the stuff that you've learned. It's all going around in your head. What else is in here? There is weights. There is a baby binky. There is I think that's a pill bottle. Wow, I didn't, yeah, I never noticed that. That's actually a pill bottle. And then there's a book, shoes, a lot of monetary stuff in this card. A lot of things that really don't matter that much. Cool to have, fun to do, or whatever. But you know, I think what the spirit is really saying in this culminating overall, put it all in one sentence, is to be able to prioritize. Prioritization. Budgeting your energy. Budgeting your time. I've always hated the word budget because I just love to freely this and freely that and free spirit and like I might as well have always been I almost said flower girl, but a wild and free hippie. Um, but we're just not set up that way. Lovely, beautiful. I have faith that you have taken something away from this. What that is, I don't know. But what I do know now about you, hey, and I'm just as guilty, being all up in your head about everything that's been said to you in your past, everything that's been taught to you in the past, everything that's been programmed to you in the past. Yeah, we're approaching an hour. If you're still with me, kudos to you. Because this was a long one, and I still felt like I shortened it up because I really wanted to get into some more layers here, but I didn't have to. The story was told to me enough. I don't have to go through every card. I don't know. What do you want from me? So this is a perfect time for the sign off, and I am going to jump over on Mr. Ivory over there. I haven't named her yet, or him. I don't know. I'm a guy, so I pretty much name everything a girl. That's just the way I am. Uh, I did have one car I named a boy name. Anyway, not that you care, but make sure you watch your thoughts, especially this time in this heavy energetic time, this heavy solar eclipse, and the new moon on top of it. Well, obviously, because that's the only way you can have solar eclipse. But anyway, I have my bay leaf here that I'm going to write my manifestation on here that I want to burn. And I have my Moonology, or I'm sorry, my Moon manifesting book ready, willing, and able to accept my manifestation as well. One of the things I'm really going to be focusing on, I have gotten out of the habit of and really need to focus on because it's something that I preach to a lot of people and I have gotten away from it, and that is the actual 369 method. So, this manifestation here that I'm going to write on here, this one is going to be the one that I burn and already believe as if I have it. And so, what I'm going to do now is in my book, it's the affirmation and the confirmation to myself that I already have it. 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the evening, 9 times at night. To this day, it is absolutely no question Tesla accomplished the most. And he did the 369 method. So, I got emotional on that, actually. Oh my goodness, like the energy is just wow. I was doing some weird crying there before and then it went away and then today it's come back a little. I fought it off a couple times. It's weird, just weird. And it's also weird that I'm okay with saying and telling and admitting the fact that I have done a lot of that crying. I did summon Jason to help out in my protection tonight and tomorrow for the solar eclipse. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So, yeah, please just, watch your thoughts. They're going to turn into your habits. Watch your habits. They're going to turn into your character. Watch your character. They will. If I skipped one, you know the drill. I'm going over here. You can hang out if you want. If not, great. The milk and cookies are right by the door. They're right by the door. Please take one. That's it. I'm out of here. I'll see you on the north side. All right. We're going to get into the spirit of creativity. It's always my intention to get into the spirit of creativity. See, it's hard for me to even channel because now I'm all in my head. It's almost as if you start something and you get in your head about it, and then you think that you're not good enough, or you think that you made too many mistakes, you need to do something different. Interesting. I could not get into it. I could not get into that spirit of creativity. So it's as if you have to work on the spirit of creativity, entering into the realm of creativity, working on expanding your imagination of creativity. A lot of inventors, super creative people, had a lot of failures until they got it right. And I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who believes they'll never get it right. But all you gotta do is try again. Only this time, don't try, do. Because I assumed I could get on here and make up a brand new song for you, one that I've not even worked out, because I know that I can. But for some reason, I couldn't catch it. Couldn't catch it. You know? What am I doing? I don't even know. It's not even happening. I don't know. Maybe there it is. You've got to learn a new chord. I just learned a new chord. Now you're witnessing real time just playing around. So here we are. We're just playing around now. I like it. No, no. Still, not there. It's not there. I'm out. I'm out. That's it. I'm done.